Greetings YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about an Inova model. This is from the Radiance line. It is the AA model. It has two AA batteries. And one of the first things you notice, this is an extremely square, angular style of flashlight. It's got angles everywhere. There are very few things that aren't angular on this. The butt cap is one thing because it's kind of a truncated cone, but the rest is all flat surfaces. There's a single LED with a nice reflective bezel in there. And you can probably see that little square thing at the bottom, so it's got a little tiny circuit in there. It helps regulate the LED. You also notice that it has these fins, which are supposed to help get air to the inside, because the bulb is kind of high powered, so it's gets kind of warm. So being able to have airflow through here is considered a bonus. And you should also see holes here, which allow two different options for lanyards, and they are both large enough for 550 paracord if you would like to do that. One of the nice things about this, it definitely doesn't roll. You put this down, it isn't going anywhere. And even though it is octagonal in cross section, it is quite comfortable. Your hand doesn't really notice the difference between octagonal and a cylinder a whole lot. You can feel a slight difference, but I mean it's fine. Single button push here. And the button is kind of a little on the sensitive side. Doesn't take much. You can do an instant on and off if you're very careful, but it really doesn't take a lot to push that button in. Now, there are disadvantages to that, of course, and the fact because it doesn't take a lot of effort and because it stands so proud, it means if you dump this into a bag or a toolbox or even a drawer of some variety, there's the distinct possibility that's going to get set off, which means when you go to get your flashlight out, it's going to be dead because it'll have been running. Because this bulb actually puts out some heat, that could actually pose a minor safety issue if it's inside a confined space like a tool bag or a gear bag or something like that. So to me, that's a downside. It also means you can't candle it, which I consider reduces the utility of a flashlight. Now, I've had this Inova flashlight for a very long time, which is why there's no packaging in this video. And because of that time, it has given me the opportunity to find something out about this flashlight that maybe many people who are purchasing them now will not know about. Now, I say now because the Inova company I don't believe is in business any longer. But Night Eyes, NITE-IZE, which is a company producing a lot of pouches and things, and I've reviewed at least one of their pouches here on my channel. I'm very supportive of their products for the most part. They've bought up the Inova line, so they are now selling a new version. The button looks a little different. I just looked it up online, and the button here looks different. It looks like it's a little shallower, and it looks like it's something to be slightly a little more robust. So maybe it'll have more of a positive click and take a little more effort, which is a good thing in my opinion. It still wouldn't allow candling, but I think it might be a better design as far as the amount of effort it takes to click it on and off. Now, so you can still buy these in a AA model. However, this is from the older first generation Inova brand. And because I've had it for so long, I've discovered something. This entire section in here, listen, can you hear that? This rubber is disintegrating. This rubber has become unpleasantly sticky. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see those fingerprints in it? Those fingerprints are in the rubber because the rubber is breaking down. It is uncomfortable to use. You just you get your hand up and you're like, ew, and there's like this residue on your skin, which is why it's no longer in my living room, because it had been like the go-to flashlight. I just kept it there in the living room and I grabbed it when I needed a flashlight because it was a good flashlight. Until the rubber began to break down, and suddenly I realized, holy crud, this is a really unpleasant thing to use. And I still have it around. I'm not going to get rid of it, though I am contemplating seeing how difficult it would be to get this coating off. How difficult would it be to remove that completely and then just keep it as a... It doesn't appear to be very thick. So maybe I can just scrape it off or cut it off or something. I don't know, but I think I want to get rid of it so that I can then still use the flashlight as a flashlight. And this is probably just plastic under there, which is fine by me. Not that picky. But that's something to keep an eye out. And anyone out there who has something from the Radiant line from the Inova brand, when it was just Inova, Can they tell me if they have also encountered this problem? Because I would like to know. It is something I think that is definitely of concern to those of us out there that are into the gear community. We need to know when the products wear out over time and how they wear out. What is their longevity? And I can't tell you how long I've had this, but longer than I've lived here. I had it back when I lived in my last apartment. So anyone out there who could just give me, drop me a line and tell me if they've experienced this with the Inova brand of radiant. And unfortunately, I would like to also know, is anyone experiencing this with the newer Night Eyes renditions of the Inova line? I would also like to know that. But other than that, it's a solid flashlight that I think is good for overall general all-around household use. And it just has the downside of not being able to, having an overly sensitive button. You can't handle it. And unfortunately, the rubber coating has been breaking down on me.